What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the 67th edition of Debate and Destroy, the one and only show we go track for track to find out which albums reign supreme. I'm Blackout Bill, joined by co-host as always, the Fiend from Carrizo Springs.
Local JJ.
Local JJ. And we brought back the metal master for this one, who brought his beautiful collection
I know, it's amazing.
to shine in the faces of everyone. The one, the only, the emperor of metal, Mr. Carlos.
Bow
I
down.
really appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, so on this episode, I think, Carlos, you picked this one. Here, I'm going to put the mic just a little bit closer. There you go.
Oh, alrighty.
All right, Carlos picked this one, as we know, but I can't believe we've gone 60-something episodes and we haven't done In Flames. Because you know that I fucking love In Flames.
We have done In Flames, though.
Which one did we do?
We did the one with I Am Above. I
Mask.
It was
That's
I the
right.
Mask.
But we haven't done old school In
We
Flames.
haven't done
Yeah.
old In
That was I
Flames.
the Mask versus, wasn't it?
Virgin Light.
Vergleichen?
Yeah.
Bird Light,
Or Bird
yeah,
Light,
that was
whatever,
good. We
yeah.
did that little tourney where it was
Yeah,
like
that's
the.
right.
I completely
It
forgot
was
we did
so
that.
niche, dude.
It's like 4 years ago. No one remembers. It's
I
all
the
good.
Mask was the beginning of In Flames kind of coming back to like classic
Yes,
territory.
I
There was a lot of-
I
agree
can see
with
that.
that,
And
yes.
now Foregone has definitely
Oh no,
pushed them all the way
Foregone is
through
the
that.
best one since
Dude,
A Sense of Purpose.
Foregone is awesome.
It's their first masterpiece since A Sense of Purpose.
I think so, too, actually.
That's an
Yeah.
interesting take.
Yeah.
Masterpiece. Okay.
I didn't like the
think
one with
about that.
battles.
I'll give it
The
some more
one
time.
that had battles in it, I wasn't a fan of that album.
I think we can get into like
Yeah,
we're gonna
well,
go through.
yeah,
There's so
yeah.
many
There's
eras
so
to In
many-
Flames,
yeah,
but they're
dude.
such a great band.
Yes, they are.
I love them. I love every era of In Flames. I think Carlos, you're probably the same way. I can appreciate all times of basically all their albums. There isn't one album that I hate. I'll put it that way.
In
Okay,
Flames,
yeah, I
I do
agree
enjoy
with
all
Flames
their
is like
albums.
sucks. Even like the worst one, it ain't all that bad.
I agree with that. That's a great way to put it. But
That's funny,
Carlos
dude.
is the diehard.
That's right.
He has the story. So you got to tell us the story about you and In Flames.
Well, just real quick before I give my little
Yeah.
prologue. The reason why I'm doing a prologue is I've been reading a lot of books and memoirs. It's like I figured I would do my little history on the band, but I'm going to be honest with you, William. I was afraid if you were going to choose the In Flames one because I knew I was going to go all out and be really committed. I was
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
now
Yeah.
the other ones I was like, there was this anticipation. Which one is he going to pick? Which is he going to pick?
You baited me. I think you baited me, and you knew that I would pick the fucking In Flames one.
I had this intuition. And then when I was like, son of a gun, he did pick the In Flames one.
For clarification, Carlos, I texted him. He sent me a couple lists,
Yeah.
like 4 battles, and I was like, nah, dude, we have to do Clayman VS Colony. That's such a good battle. So I know you chose it. You got to tell us why, and then obviously give us your preamble or your prologue on on the band, like why In Flames, why you love them, what's your story.
So last time we did Sepultura, Quadra versus Chaos AD. So I'm gonna use the word. If a band has a quadrilogy, they're usually a great band. So In Flames' quadrilogy is the Jester Race, Coracle, Colony, Clayman.
I can see that.
Now,
Yeah.
I do consider it a double, like when the Bulls did the double peat, 91, 92, 93, 96,
Yeah.
97, 98. So for the double peat for me would be the Jester Race, Oracle, Colony, Clayman, Reroute, Soundtrack, Come Clarity, and A Sense of Purpose. Those are 8 straight masterpieces for me right there.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Now,
Do you want me to comment on that right now or later on in the debate?
feel free to do it right now.
People would argue this. Yeah.
I would say I agree up until Come Clarity. That's the one I don't love anymore.
Dude, I love that album.
Reroute is good. I like Soundtrack, just the production holds me back. And I love Sense of Purpose.
Sense of Purpose is underrated.
It's so underrated, dude.
It's underrated.
Production's great. And the one after it,
Sounds of a Playground Fading.
Sound of a
Yes,
Playground Fading. I
dude,
think that is
God
such an
damn.
underrated album too.
It's
I love that
that's
one.
the one where Bjorn had to. It's kind of like when Brian had to watch left Corn.
Yeah.
And Monkey had to do all the work on his own. Monkey had to step up his game. So when Sounds of the Playground, basically Bjorn tracked all the guitars on
That's
her own.
right. Yeah,
he had to
'cause
step it up.
Jesper left.
Yeah, because Jesper left in
And he
2010.
did great.
Yeah.
He did great.
Yeah.
Now, I think the real quality drop is Siren Charms.
Yes.
Not to
Yeah.
say that it's awful. Like it still
ain't
has a couple good
awful,
songs.
But it feels like they're
But
going
it
through
has hit and
Yeah,
miss
that one in
songs,
battles
dude.
are like, all
It,
right.
they're going through like
You
a
know.
middle-aged slump on those records.
Yeah, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I still like battles. I still like Siren Charms, but they're not as compared to all the other albums.
Yeah.
The only ones that would put below it, and maybe you'll disagree with me here, is Lunar Strain and Subterranean. Because I like those albums, but come on, they're like. They're good, not great.
I would consider it
birth.
similar to
Yeah.
when Sepultura's Morbid Vengeance and Schizophrenia. I
Yes.
do like them,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's
I
this
like
almost
them.
like man, I do not understand why these elite. It's the same people that love Exodus Bonded by Blood.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this. I prefer the Bonded by Blood reissue, the one with Rob Dukes.
Wow.
Dude,
okay.
the production is incredible on
That's
that
true.
thing.
And
Production
Bounded by Blood,
matters a lot.
You're not wrong. Because we were also, way back, we did Testament against Anthrax.
Yes.
And that was one of the things, is like the early Testament and the early Exodus, that production is like just garbage.
Gosh,
like
dude,
it's
it's
not
bad.
my favorite. But I do agree that Lunar Strain, the only thing it really has going for it for me personally is like I do like the more like Nordic folk that they inject into the album.
Oh yeah, those folkish sounding guitars.
Yeah,
are
like it's
very
really
they're-
melodic, and that's really cool. But none of the songs are just kind of disjointed. They're really all over the place. I love Behind Space. We'll talk about that obviously with but
Mm-hmm.
like Upon an Oaken Throne's a good one, but they're not the same level as the ones you're going for. But okay, that's a whole tangent.
All
Let's
right.
bring it back. Let's bring it back.
So let me do a little prologue to show my love for In Flames. I will try to I'll try to read this quick, and then we'll
Yeah,
try
you're
to
good,
go
you're
quick
good.
with the songs. I know y'all have a
Yeah.
time limit. So I discovered In Flames in sorry, Debate and Destroy fans. I wanted to print this out, but I was in a rush.
Oh, you're good. You can't even see the phone. It's blocked.
So I discovered In Flames in 2002. I saw a dude. I didn't know him. He wasn't even an acquaintance, but I knew him by name. His name was Alex. I went to MacArthur High School. That school is notorious for kind of looking like Alcatraz. So I saw him at the courtyard before classes started. Alex sadly passed away in 2007 in a car accident.
Damn, bro.
But
Yeah.
he had an In Flames shirt on, and immediately I was like, "Whoa, who's that band?" Just the logo, and I was already curious.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I ended up buying that shirt a few years later in Hot Topic. So in 2003, I more or less officially became a fan upon hearing the song Trigger. I don't remember
nice.
if I saw
Yeah.
the video on Fuse's Uranium or hearing the song on the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack. Arguably the greatest soundtrack ever. Side note,
Wow.
Mistress Julia, do you remember her? Oh, maybe y'all are a little too young for Uranium. That was about 20 years ago. She
Got
was
you,
being
yeah.
very flirty with Anders in the show, and she didn't like that Anders was being too nice. Like, oh, why are you sweets being so nice? It's like Fuses Uranium. Mistress Julia, she literally interviewed Slipknot like during the Volume 3 Subliminal Versus tour. She
No
basically-
shit. Maybe I've seen some of the interviews. And Fuse, like the name sounds familiar. Like
yeah,
I know
just
Fuse.
Fuses
Yeah.
Uranium. You'll see a lot.
Fuses
There's a
Uranium,
lot
okay.
of legendary interviews there.
Okay.
She even interviewed like Dime and Vinny.
Oh,
that's
shit.
cool.
Nice.
The
Yeah.
Metallica guys around Saint Anger period. So.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
So in 2004, my infatuation with the band intensified when Soundtrack to Your Escape released. I remember seeing the photos for the band in that time period and thinking these guys were total badasses. Anders with his dreads, Bjorn with his sick beard. The video for Touch Your Red was one of my obsessions at that time period. Sick song and video that the band shot in Los Angeles. Funny that song is about drinking, and that's what. Well, I'm not drinking now, but hey, y'all are drinking a few beers right now.
We're getting through it.
Just
Just
a
a couple.
few.
Just a couple.
Another comment about the band during that cycle. They were in uniform. Whenever they played live, each band member had that jester head.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah.
That taught me about the importance in uniform and in this genre of music.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, during the winter holiday, I worked with my dad and had enough money to buy plenty of CDs at Circuit City. I ended up buying 5 In Flames records, which was Colony, Clayman, Tokyo Showdown, Reroute, and Soundtrack.
Nice.
And I vividly remember buying Lamb of God's New American Gospel, As the Palaces Burn, and Ashes of the Wake. I spent
That's
a little over
incredible.
$100.
Yeah.
That was an extremely important purchase for my listening consumption these next 20 years.
Nice,
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, that'll
dude.
shape you.
Yeah,
those are
exactly.
good
So
ones.
in 2005, I declared In Flames as my favorite band, as I completely fell in love with the catalog during that year. So in February 2006, I bought Come Clarity the day it released, also at Circuit City, and it was love at first listen. I daydreamed a lot over my longtime high school crush, fantasizing about her being my girlfriend to this album. I'll say that with no shame. So later that year, I saw them
shame.
perform live for the
Shame.
first time with my high school crush.
And what
At
year
the-
was that? 2004?
2006.
Oh, 2006.
At
Okay.
the
nice.
second
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sounds of the Underground tour, which also included
Nice.
As I Lay Dying, which headlined. In Flames was they played before As I Lay Dying. Trivium, Behemoth, Cannibal Corpse, Black Dahlia Murder, and
damn.
War.
What
That was
a
my first time seeing all
tour!
those bands.
That's insane,
I
dude.
would
What a
love that,
lineup.
dude.
And
I
that was
lost my mind.
And that was the only time I saw In Flames with the classic lineup of Anders, Bjorn, Jesper, Peter, and Daniel.
God damn.
So eventually, it must have also been in 2006 or 07, I eventually bought Lunar Strain, Horacle, Just to Race, Subterranean, and the Trigger EP. This is all between 06 and 08. So I bought a Sense of Purpose, their release, spring 2008 at the infamous Hog Wild Records. The swan song of the classic lineup, the band's most underrated album, and it's a secret masterpiece in my opinion.
It's a great one.
In 2009, I saw them headline for the first time at the White Rabbit in a colossal tour. 3 Inches of Blood opened, The Faceless, Between the Buried and Me was main support. I had never heard of Between Buried and Me in my life.
Holy shit! And you said that was 2008?
9.
Oh, 2009. So that's like
That was the Sense of Purpose USA headline tour.
So BT Bam was probably doing
The Great Misdirect was about to come out.
Holy shit! Okay,
And
that's
I
fucking
never
crazy,
heard
yeah.
a single Between the Buried and Me song, and
Wow.
my jaw dropped. And they might have stole the show. It was
What the fuck? Yeah, that's crazy. Dude, that's so bad.
so that was the first.
What a show!
That
dude.
was
Yeah.
that was the little foreshadowing that Jesper was going to eventually leave, because that was the first time I saw him with Nicholas.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that they headlined at the White Rabbit, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, that would be a great show. Yeah.
So earlier that day, Daniel and Peter were at. Y'all remember Sam Ash?
Yeah,
By
yeah,
All-Star?
yeah.
They did a free, just mingle, free autographs.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Peter
yeah.
was promoting his ESP bass, and there was this you put your name on the whatever it was, and someone would leave with a free bass.
Yeah.
And dang, I wish I would have won that, but
Oh, damn it! I thought you won it.
no,
know,
some,
right?
some chick that wasn't even a fan won the. I was like, son
Oh,
of a.
that bitch!
Yeah, I know.
Damn it!
But I got to mingle with Daniel and Peter for the first time, and despite me
Yeah.
being 21 at the time, I kept my cool. I didn't. I wasn't a punisher.
Yeah.
So Jesper leaving in 2010 was a total shock and was the end of the band being a mellow death until more than a decade later. So in 2011, I bought Sounds of a Playground Fading released at Best Buy. That was the first of a few dozen releases where I was indifferent. It's like,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I like it.
I might have a bias towards that one because that was the first In Flames album I bought.
I gotcha.
So that was like one that I remember hearing the opening track and then Where the Dead Ships Dwell, and I was like, dude, this band is
Yes.
unbelievable.
It's, I mean, if you compare it to the other previous ones, it's like I gotta probably undust it.
Yeah.
That was the
So-
year they
Good
headlined
lyrics
with
too.
Trivium.
Yes,
to be
of
honest,
course.
some of their best.
That
lyrics.
was the year they headlined with Trivium.
That's right.
Yeah,
I have a
that's
whole
right.
experience about
Yeah.
that show.
So in 2012, I saw them for the third time as main support to Lamb of God. This was Lamb of God's first headliner in the States after Randy's infamous manslaughter charges. Mitch Looker from Suicide Silence passed away not long ago, and Hatebreed, who opened, Jamie Josta gave him a
Yep.
quick shout out.
We were at that
one
show.
of my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, well,
Yeah.
that was years before we eventually got
Yeah.
acquainted.
But it was Silosis, I thought.
Yeah, it was Silosis.
It was Hatebreed,
That's
Silosis,
when I
In
fell in
Flames, Lamb of God.
love.
Yeah, that's when you fell in
I
love.
must have.
At the backstage live?
Yes, outside.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, but-
Silosis.
I must have gotten beer during Silosis, 'cause I don't remember. them.
They opened. Were they open? And then it was because this
Yeah.
motherfucker wanted to see
I
them.
wanted to
It
see
was,
them.
them.
Yeah.
it,
Barricade.
it was Silosis Hatebreed.
You know how you're going to remember me from this show? Anders used to take people's cameras from the crowd and record.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that
really?
He
was
took my
fun.
camera.
Oh, good gosh.
Yeah, because
Oh,
we
you
were on the
in
barricade.
You were in
I
the
gotta
front.
yeah,
Oh,
I'll show you the
gosh.
video. It's fucking crazy.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that was the first time we saw In Flames, and I was like crying.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
I don't want
Great
to do too
time.
many tangents because we got a lot
Yeah,
to go.
that's
So,
true.
sorry.
Oh,
But
we're already in.
nice to hear that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
of
Siren
course.
Charms was also the first moving forward. It's the first album moving forward that I didn't purchase day of release. I ended up purchasing a signed vinyl copy that shipped from Sweden.
Holy shit.
okay.
That's
The CD I
awesome.
ended up buying. The CD I ended up buying at a later date. To this date, I consider it In Flames' worst album.
Wow.
I did not see them perform during this album cycle. Much to my regret, I missed them at the Bud Light Rock Fest in 2015,
We were
which
there for
was
that,
which
yeah.
was Daniel's last North American run with the band.
Was it really? Okay.
He
We
left,
saw that. You
he-
didn't miss it. They had problems when they played.
Yeah, they quit
Yeah.
after
The-
like
the,
4
uh,
songs.
Oh,
They
really?
had water damage on the amps.
Oh, so,
then we
y'all
did
went
half
to
a
the
set.
Bud Light Rock Fest?
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
there.
River City Rock Fest.
Nice.
Yeah.
We saw
But
Linkin Park.
Linkin Park and Volbeat.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
that was a
yeah.
good one,
And
dude.
Papa Roach.
And we heard Anthrax from a distance.
Yes.
So, so not sure when I purchased Battles, but my favorite time I saw In Flames in this album cycle, they headlined night 2 at Bakken. And it was glorious seeing them headline in front of 80,000 people.
It's so dope.
Meeting
yeah.
them at the meet and greet session was also great. I took a selfie with Bjorn, and they also signed my CD booklets. Jesper to date is the only member not to sign my CD booklets. All in its time. Hopefully it will eventually happen.
Yeah, maybe when what's his new band? Maybe they'll come to
The Halo Effect.
Halo Effect.
Oh,
Yeah.
But Jesper's not touring with them. Unfortunately,
He's your studio?
Patrick Jensen from The Haunted. He's doing all the.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
gotcha. But you saw Halo Effect, right? With
In
Amon
London.
Amarth
That's
and
awesome.
Machine in London.
I'll
What
get
the
to that.
fuck,
I'll get to
dude?
that.
Oh, what a
that's-
legend, dude.
that's amazing.
Carlos is on it, dude.
The Haunted's underrated.
So
by
in
the way.
2019, I ordered I the Mask, the limited edition vinyl mask CD and vinyl bundle from Nuclear Blast, and that was the first time after several albums that I remember, oh, wow, I'm really enjoying this record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in August of 2019, I got my Jester head tattoo.
Oh
Hell
shit.
yeah.
In San Luis Potosí of all places.
Nice,
My cousin's friend was a tattoo artist, and
Yeah.
he hooked me up. He gave me a good deal. So
No shit.
ending that year, In Flames headlined at Austin's Come and Take It Live. I even did the meet and greet. Bjorn signed my guitar, which is his signature model. Once again, I held my cool and didn't go total fanboy. And this event was also the last one before the pandemic. Oh, geez, 2020. COVID sucked. But in that time period, I slowly got all the box sets, what you saw in my room.
That's right. Yeah.
Uh, So there was work had us busy and I had some extra money. I was like, you know what? I gotta add the box sets to my.
Collection.
So,
Yes. Yeah.
like,
Look at this thing. I don't even want to touch it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
the CD box sets. The
Oh,
this one
okay,
I got
okay,
back in
got you.
2017.
Okay. Got you. Yeah.
So, as y'all know, in 2021, 5 In Flames members formed the Halo Effect. And when that happened, I was more giddy than those Gen Z girls when they go giddy over them K-pop singers. I was stoked.
yeah.
In 2022, I got to see the Halo Effect perform live for the first time at the OVO Arena in London. They opened up for Amon Amarth and oh my gosh, in Machine Head.
Yeah.
After the show, I took a cab to a pub where Daniel and Peter were promoting their beer, the Odd Island Brewery.
Right. Yeah.
One of the best moments of my life. Just casually mingling with Daniel, Peter, and Michael, who we saw
That's
Wednesday
right.
with Dr. Tranquility,
Yeah.
at a pub at late night. And in that moment, I'm just, is this real life?
That's
Is this
so
really
dope.
happening? Am I in London having Queen Elizabeth just passed away? And I mean, obviously, I mean, yeah. So I saw, England, just because I was with another friend 2 hours away, and yeah, it was a mixed reaction.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My friend who, no, mate, she's a war criminal. She just, fuck off. It's like, fuck off, mate. It's like,
Wow.
whatever.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And the more patriotic people like put up their flags. It's like, so I saw a bit of a mixed reaction.
Wow.
Damn.
So in 2023, Anders and Bjorn, their version of In Flames, released Foregone, their first masterpiece without the classic lineup. Easily the band's best album in 15 years. This would end up being my favorite record of last year. Proud to own 3 variants of this album. This year, I see In Flames perform for the 6th time and most recent time at the legendary Milwaukee Metal Fest, which was resurrected
right.
by
That's
Jamie
cool.
Josta.
Right. That's so dope.
They
yeah.
headlined the medium-sized stage and just played a glorious set glorifying their 30-year career. Little side note, Slaughter to Prevail headlined the massive big stage, which is
Wow.
on the top floor.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that was a big head-scratcher. Like, when did Slaughter to Prevail become so massive?
I think
Nothing against them.
No.
but
I understand. They came out of
No,
nowhere. I
it's
felt
that
like.
Alex the Terrible guy. He's like
He's
a
great
big
at promotion.
YouTuber now. Yeah.
I think they.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole nother side note.
No, but
that's a whole
I
nother
Well,
just-
that helps.
So,
That helps, though.
No, I know, but I'm saying
Oh,
I don't want to go down
yeah,
another tangent.
okay,
we haven't
yeah,
even gotten to
you're
the music.
right.
dude.
So just
Into
last
that
little comment
conversation.
before we finally get to the music. So Jamie Josta mentioned that Slaughter to Prevail outsold Lamb of God because Lamb of God played the Sunday evening, and In Flames and Slaughter played this. So Slaughter's position in the main stage was I think a few hundred tickets more than Lamb of God.
Wow,
And I'm
that's
just like,
fucking
I'm like,
crazy,
what is
dude.
going on?
Hey, they're doing great on the internet. I'll put it
Yep.
that way.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Now we can get to the
Anyways.
music. So that's my little prologue and my little history
Hell
to
yeah.
In Flames.
Well,
I
thank
just
you.
wanted to share that with the
The
audience.
history of Carlos and In
That's
Flames
right.
for everyone out there, dude. The wrap
Yeah.
up. Well, hey,
Forever remembered.
I love how passionate you are about it, and that you have all these dates remembered. I think I could probably do the same for Megadeth. That's like my #1 band of all time. But that's dope. I love In Flames. I think you love them a little bit more than I do, but I don't find people every day that know like everything about them. So that's great. So looking at
All
this in
right,
front of me makes
Colony
my,
versus
makes my day.
Clayman. Let's do this.
Yeah, dude.
Let's
So
do this.
Colony versus Clayman.
Wow, what
Let's
a battle.
get into
No,
it.
God
This is a
damn.
battle because first and foremost,
Every single one is a battle. This is literally isolation versus refuse to resist 11 times.
I agree.
Except for like
my
one.
God.
we got the green screen. We got to give home territory, and I think it has to go to Clayman.
I think so.
Everyone talks about
Everyone
Clayman.
loves it.
All right, I love
Yes.
Colony, but it gets swept under the rug, and I think that's a big reason why we're doing this.
It's loved, but it's almost kind of underrated.
I agree. I
That's
agree.
why
So we're going.
Clayman's
Oh,
the top
boom.
dog right now.
Colony. I agree. And you know, one thing that drives me nuts, I'm going to say this before we start off, is that I hear Horacle talked about more than Colony, and I think that's so
no way,
stupid.
dude. No way.
There's no way Horacle's better than Colony. I'm going to put that out there.
I think it's last from the top 5, their first 5.
From the quadrilogy.
No,
Yeah.
no, not the
mentioned.
top 5. No. It's better than Lunar Strain, brother. That's crazy. That's
well, okay,
insane.
after
Yeah,
that.
it is.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah.
Here's what he's saying. The
Yeah,
quad,
there you go, the quad.
It's
Yeah.
be-
The
it's
quad
worst.
is Jester, Horacle, Colony,
Clayman.
Clayman. That competes with.
Are you giving the answers away? What are you doing?
No, what are you
No,
talking
we're
about?
it competes
You
with.
said in order.
It
No, he
competes
said it
with.
in the chronological.
Oh,
order.
okay.
We're talking about bands that have their quadrilogies. We're talking about the first 4 Slipknot records, Arise all the way to Roots,
First for Slipknot records.
or we could
Oh,
go
those
with,
first 4 banging.
or we
dude.
could even go with
Metallica.
P Cells. I can't even tell you.
Peace Cells, so far so good. So what? Rest in peace and Countdown.
that's-
no,
yeah,
I would.
that's another quad.
That could be. Well, I can't go
God
into this.
damn it,
Let's
dude.
start
Yeah,
off
let's start,
with
let's
track number 1, boys. Track number
Oh,
1.
man.
What
All
a
right,
banger!
let's do this.
This is hard, dude.
Embody the
A lot of
Invisible
these are.
versus Bullet Ride. Oof, this is a tough
Bowler
one.
Ride versus Embody
God
the
damn,
Invisible.
dude.
Now, I think first and foremost, this speaks to how different a lot of the parts of this albums are. Because the thing with Clayman, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, is Anders' new vocal approach.
Yeah,
which
he
is
was
the-
doing something different on Clayman.
He sounds
Yes,
different, yeah.
which is I've always said it's very Jonathan Davis inspired. It's kind of whispery, it's kind of singy. It
There's a
reminds
lot
me of
more
that, and he goes
whispers.
all the way with it on Reroute to Remain.
That flirtation intensified on Reroute to Remain.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I think it starts here. So, but I'm gonna start with Bullet Ride because we gave them home field advantage, dude. I mean, the intro of it is
Yeah, dude.
amazing.
Oh, yes,
Drop the
epic
needle.
intro.
That's right.
It's
10
such a
seconds
good intro.
in, let's get that riff
Melodic
going,
death
bro.
metal at its finest.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
really? Yeah, it seriously is.
Undershined on this track.
I
think,
agree.
yeah.
I think out of a lot of them, this
Lyrical
was,
and performance wise.
And the chorus is awesome, dude. The
It
chorus
is.
is fun.
And all 4 musicians are doing their magic during when Anders is doing the chorus.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of. I don't know if I could say this for a lot of words, but I don't think I can think of another song out of all the songs I listen to that uses the word alphabet. Never heard it in another song that I can
I
think
guess
of.
so, huh?
But I always
didn't think
of
about that.
The chorus, the turning, twisting the alphabet.
Yeah.
Dude, when they bring it back that last time
Yes.
with the kind of like that drop thing at the in the I love that. It's such a good chorus. I do agree. There's a couple of verses on this album that like I think I've heard Bullet Ride so many times that like the verses I don't love as much as I used to. Like, and that might just be an over listening thing. How do
Oh.
you feel, Carlos? You probably heard it more than me. Like, I don't love the
It doesn't
vocal
bother
picks.
me. It doesn't bother. I
There's
guess
songs like this one. There's songs on this album we'll get to that like I can't stand because of it. But this one is kind of
Really?
like okay.
I
Yeah,
say
there's one in
Bullet Ride is
particular.
probably one of the stronger ones. Anders, I think he shines.
Yeah.
But
So you don't mind the whispers, the whispering verses?
I really,
yeah.
I love every song on both records. So as I do my notes, I was really trying to analyze any imperfection, and there really aren't many. But I'm gonna try not to be biased here and really point. To,
Well, that's for me. That's the imperfection. Is honestly, it's not that I hate the vocals. I just like Anderson's interesting, dude. He's had such a long career in so many different like eras of just his voice. And honestly, looking back now, I don't think Clayman is Anders' top
No.
vocal performance.
I
Like-
personally enjoy New Anders. I
do too.
Yeah,
I,
do
like
too,
New
yeah.
Anders a lot,
Yeah.
dude. But it's hard. Like, it's not that I dislike it.
more
It's just
more diversity in the I like to call it metalcore Anders.
medical. Is this medical? When's
Metalcore.
medical Anders? Like later?
Rerooting on. You know,
Rerooted
let me.
on-
Here's
okay,
a weird.
because his vocal timbre is harshly changed on the one you said you like, Sense of Purpose. Because when you go from like Clayman, especially Reroute, Soundtrack, and Come Clarity, it is so high, like high pitched and like nasally.
Almost emo-ish.
Yes.
Yes.
Emo-ish. That's a great way to put it. It's kind of screamo a little bit.
Exactly,
I would put it in that vein. Where then once you get to Sense, it changes a little bit. And for better or for worse, especially when you go later albums. But this one's kind of in between. Colony, for sure, it's the older voice. You can get little highlights.
But it's so crazy. This album's just a year apart, and like how it changes.
That is
vocals.
crazy.
He's definitely barking a lot on Colony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's jump over to fucking
Embody.
to Embody the Invisible.
Song
That
and
is
album.
the most straightforward mellow death song, but it works.
It is, dude.
So well, dude.
Beautiful
Yes.
melodic intro to start off the
I love
record.
it. The pick slide.
Sounds like a
And
classic video
Anders
game,
immediately
dude.
starts barking.
Yes.
Yeah.
His
And-
growl
Should
is
I put it on?
amazing.
Should I put it
Yeah.
on?
Yeah,
We've
wait,
been
wait,
doing
wait.
a lot of
Wait,
talking.
real quick. At the
Okay.
45-second mark, Anders delivers, in my opinion, the best lyric on the whole album.
On Embody?
Yeah, the species come and go, but the earth stands forever fast. Oh my gosh, and the words of Josta, that shit is hard. Oh my
That shit's
gosh.
hard. Yeah,
Wow.
come on, let's get that intro.
Oh yeah.
Am I playing Sonic, bro?
I can see that. Oh my god,
It's such a good song.
that's mellow death
Yes.
heaven.
That is the embodiment of the mellow death.
So good.
Yeah,
Bro,
It's impossible to not pop your head to this.
I agree.
the solos on these two songs, though, they're fantastic. They really are.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say there's a lot of good solos
Yes,
on
there
these
is,
albums,
dude.
but
Also, one of my favorite moments is at the 3:12 mark. The track goes up with another very beautiful. It's almost like.
Oh, yeah. Would
But
you
then
say
it leads
3:12
to like Anders like yelling and then the band
Do
ripping
you know
out.
that song comes out in Tony Hawk? Embody the
What?
Invisible? Tony
Oh,
Hawk
that's it. I
Underground.
love this part.
that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, hold that note.
Then here comes the scream. And that, yeah! I love it.
Yeah, I put that down too. It's
Dude,
so
I love
good.
that.
Yeah.
That scream is the icing on the cake to wrap
Oh,
up the song.
and it's just fucking like. I should just let it close out because it's pretty close. Okay, dude, that is mellow death heaven. Like,
Oh,
you can't
absolutely.
say you like mellow death and not like that song.
Yeah, if
Whereas
you're
I
going to
think
show
Bullet
somebody
Ride,
mellow death, this
I
is it.
think Bullet Ride, it is obviously mellow death, but I think there's just more. It's more diverse than other songs that In Flames had come out with at the time. I think it's a pretty shifting. I'm glad they started their album with Bullet Ride. with Clayman. I could see why they did it
Gotcha.
because it is.
It
You can hear
feels-
the sonic shift.
It feels new.
It feels new.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure. But
Yeah.
do I like it better? I don't know.
It's
That's
tough.
the question.
It's
this
tough.
is a tough
It
one,
really
dude.
is.
I'm going to go
But-
with Embody
okay.
the Invisible.
That's
Oh,
a big
wow.
hit. Hold on. Before
I'm sorry, I had to.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry.
Which Tony Hawk? I'm sorry. I just want to clarify.
Underground.
That was in Tony
No.
Hawk
Yeah,
Underground?
dude.
Oh, okay, that's
I stopped playing Tony Hawk
That's
after.
banging, bro.
I stopped playing Tony Hawk after 3.
Oh,
Dude,
Underground's good.
Thug might be the best one.
3 is the masterpiece in my opinion.
3 is great. It had
Motorhead.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
CKY. Yeah.
God, I
CK
miss
it
games
had
doing
it
that.
had that fucking Power Man 5000.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
right.
yes,
I do
dude.
love that. The Foundry level, dude.
Oh,
I played that
yeah.
over and over. But anyway, okay, you're going with Embody the Invisible.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay,
Oh,
JJ, you
man.
got to make a pick. We got to.
I know, I know. Honestly, I really like Bullet Ride. I really do. I'm going with it.
There's
I'm
no
not
wrong
even going to
answers here.
antagonize you. It was a tough decision.
It was.
It really was.
I think Jesper's solo is awesome. I actually like the whispering, raspy voice in it, in this song particularly.
Yeah.
And I think I like the roller coaster ride of the riffs going up and down. You get the soft melodies and you get heavy. It has everything you want in a song.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I hear Clayman now more somber, more melancholically because if you really want to be analytical, that's the last record that was 100% melodic death metal.
Yeah.
It was the end of an era. I hear those songs now. They never went back full 100%. Now 25 years later, so there's this.
Well,
I
Colony
hear what you're saying.
There's this dreadful feel. I mean, even though
But,
I
like,
still
it's-
love the songs, there's this like, this really is the end of an era.
It is. I could see that, but like, it's.
But to new
I
fans,
forget
you wouldn't
this
see
is
that.
This is
Yeah.
the one thing I have to say about the In Flames shift in sound. It's different, but it's not like It's not like they started playing pop music.
No,
you know what I mean?
no.
No, like exactly. If
You know, it's still-
if a
they're-
new listener's gonna listen to this, you wouldn't tell too much of a difference.
It's
to be
not.
honest.
Well, the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
A new listener would not be able to tell you the
No.
difference. And second, it's like people think that like they did it as in, oh, I don't like it in the sense that if people correlate it with, oh, they shifted their sound because they want to get big. This is inaccessible to every.
no.
You go
No,
to
no.
Soundtrack to Your Escape. Put on Friend.
I
That's
think that's
accessible.
heavy as
There's
fuck.
no way, dude.
No, I think it's
Like,
just growth for them. To be honest,
is growth. I
It's
think it's
nice
sonic
to
growth,
have
yeah.
diversity
But,
in their
and
albums.
And I don't
Yeah.
think it's that much different.
But it's not that diverse either.
I don't like. I hear what you're saying with Reroute, but I will say, Soundtrack to Your Escape. That is very mellow death. Like there's a lot of songs on there that I would say
I
are
don't know
just.
about that.
You
Not
may not agree with what
totally.
I'm about to say about soundtrack, even though
Besides the big song, My Sweet Shadow,
Yeah.
that's the most metalcore you could.
that's
I would
what
say.
I was gonna get at. Soundtrack to Your Escape is In Flames' secret metalcore album, because that was the time period where metalcore was huge. So if I had to take a guess, in 2003,
They put sprinkles in there.
so in 2000, in
Yeah.
2003, well, there's pictures of like Bjorn with like a Chimera shirt.
Yeah.
They were clearly listening to everything that was exploding that year, and it probably subconsciously influenced them
Let me ask you this as a fan, though. Let me ask you this: would you rather them do the Cannibal Corpse or BDM and just
Or even
continuously pump
Slayer.
out Melodeath? Or do you appreciate like the soundtrack and that they tried something else? Or
I
the
appreciate
reroute?
the evolution.
Okay.
Unfortunately, all the ones that are stuck on, they don't listen to anything past Clayman or a bunch of middle-aged jackoffs like the Sepultura, the Cavalera
Okay.
fanboys. That
Yeah, because and that's not a knock to Cannibal Corpse or BDM.
No,
I love both
no.
those bands.
I
I'm just
adore,
saying,
I
like,
adore those bands.
okay, I like the evolution because I think soundtrack. If the production was better, that album could have been a fucking smacker.
Yeah,
dude.
the
I just feel when bands
soundtrack-
do that, it doesn't feel stale. Like it feels fresh for them. Like
Yeah.
when they're doing something different.
Uh,
but it's still they're to their core.
Soundtrack
It's what they are.
is
Yeah.
similar to Volume 3. 2004 was a weird year for like
Production.
Yeah, just
I could see
I
that.
love Volume 3, but man, the production on that is just
It's
so
very strange. We
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about that one all right.
Yes.
We
yeah,
liked it, but
I
it's
heard that. I heard
it's
that.
all
It
right.
was a great episode y'all did.
Thank you. I went back and
Oh
forth.
yeah, what are you picking?
Yeah.
Dude,
They're both awesome.
I love both.
I'm not gonna hate.
I love both.
Yeah, I won't
I
hate
love
it.
both, but I think Bullet Ride's just a little bit more different. Like it's.
Gotcha.
I love Embody, dude. This was really
It
hard
is,
because
yeah.
I think my problem, like I was saying earlier with Bullet Ride, is I heard it so many times. But if I was to hear them both fresh, I'd be like one sticks out a little bit more to me. Like Bullet Ride, it has a little bit more to offer.
Embody
I think.
feels like it's in like a clutter of other mellow death songs already. Bullet Ride feels a little newer,
Gotcha.
Bullet
in
Ride,
my
I can see
opinion.
that.
In my opinion.
Let's give it the 1+. It's
All
okay.
right.
We still got a long way
this
to
one's
go on
hard.
this.
This one's fucking
Let's go to
hard.
track number 2.
Yeah, this was
Pinball
one of
Map.
the tougher ones. They're all tough, but this one was. I
one's
was
tough.
scratching my head during Ordinary versus Pinball. Oh my goodness.
Track number 2, Pinball Map versus Ordinary Story.
God damn.
Who wants to start with
very
this one?
different from each other.
Very different.
Dude.
Now,
Daniel starts off Ordinary hot.
I was about to say, I love the way that they transition the first song into the second.
Yes.
Because you kind of close out Embody, and then you hear that like they're bringing up the volume of Daniel's drums.
Yes.
And then you go right into it.
Oh yeah, little comment. So both albums were recorded in Studio Fredman with Frederick Nordstrom, who also did Slaughter of the Soul and a lot of classic.
Oh, shit.
And Frederick worked, he nailed the drums on Colony. They are smoking. Oh gosh, I love
Frederick-
the drums. Yeah, Frederick Nordstrom, the producer.
Oh, the producer. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I agree with you.
oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
100%. And not to mention, Daniel is a great drummer.
He's,
dude.
Yeah.
he's underrated.
Very underrated,
I
dude.
know
Yeah.
they're not similar sounding, but I'm going to compare him, despite how massive Korn is, I'm going to compare him to David Silveria.
Really?
I think David doesn't get a lot of...
Yeah, I agree with that.
a lot of
I
love.
David's
yeah.
underrated. If
I
you
agree
want to
with
be
that.
analytical, even
Yeah.
though Reno Ray is a Korn... he's not as famous as David, but I think Ray gets more love than David.
I like Ray better live, though. Ray adds a lot of
The
dimension.
thing
to
is,
the live.
David's more...
You don't think so?
Ray's a drummer,
I don't
David's
know.
a percussionist. And
Wow.
I think Korn's been missing some of that percussive edge on.
There's more pop.
I
to
couldn't
it.
tell you because I don't think I ever saw David live.
I saw it once, like in '99 at the Woodlawn
Oh,
Lake
good
or some
Lord.
shit like that.
yeah, I've never seen him, but like from an album perspective, I got to go with David just because he's on all the classics.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But not to say that I don't like Ray's. Like "Pray for Me" is
They're both-
one of the best songs. I like great drumming, good stuff.
I guess it's hard to compare.
It's hard.
Oh,
I
no,
have to
I
go
know.
back.
I didn't mean to deviate, but what I'm trying to say is that Daniel and David, they have
Yeah,
the
Daniel's
underra-
definitely underrated.
They're two massive
A
bands
lot
in
of the
their.
mellow death drummers are though.
Yeah, they
you know what I
really
mean?
are.
Like no one talks about Arch Enemy's drummer. No one talks about Amon Amarth's drummer. No one talks about fucking In Flames, Soilwork. No one talks about their
It's just
drummer.
because the
I'll
guitars
tell you,
are so
I wouldn't
good.
say-
because the guitars are so
They're
fucking
so
good.
good.
No, out of
Yeah,
all the
true.
mellow death drum, out of all the mellow, the Swedish bands at least, the one that I know he gets a lot of I wouldn't say he's overrated, but he gets a lot of love, especially even amongst like purists would probably be Adrian. That would be Daniel's brother from March. Adrian from At the Gates. He was in Paradise Lost, Cradle of Filth.
You can't take
And,
it, dude.
No, he's a good drummer. He's a
You
good drummer.
can't take it, dude.
But could be overrated maybe. But even still, like it's not like Adrian's on the top of anyone's list, right?
No,
Like,
no.
I think
But
think
he definitely gets a lot
the
of love.
overrated drummers in the world are the thrash because like it's like every thrash drummer, oh, it's the best. It's like motherfucker. Well,
No,
I can't
that's
go down
hard
that-
to say,
No, they're great.
dude,
They're
yeah.
great. Lombardo was like one of my favorites of all time. But
Charlie,
getting,
but not saying.
but anyway, we're going on a fucking.
Anyway,
we're going
sorry,
way
sorry,
back.
sorry.
So let's do Pinball Map. Is
Dude.
Pinball Map right now 2024? Does it still hold up for y'all?
Yes.
Is it still the
It
fucking?
does well for me, yeah,
Yeah.
dude. The
All
chorus
four
is so
instrumentalists
good.
start off hot with it's like no. You hear everyone's you hear Peter's bass.
It's
you
just
hear
so
Daniel's
catchy. It's just a
drums.
catchy song.
It's a perfect
yeah.
fucking song.
A
dude.
little
did
funny
say
comment about this. When Anders starts singing, it sounds like he's rapping. It's like, Anders, you got bars or what? What are you doing?
Anders has got bars.
It's like,
That's
no,
true.
no.
He does,
It's like,
dude.
what are you doing? I got nothing against it, but it's still cool.
No,
though.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
It's like, I don't know what you're doing.
I agree. But dude, I know you were saying that for Bowler Ride. Pinball Map for me, that vocal performance is
Yeah. Oh,
amazing.
yes. Oh, yes.
dude. So good.
It's
And
like I
exactly for
said.
that reason, he keeps up with the fastness because if you go back to kind of the Melodust stuff, there's fast stuff, but he does longer screams.
I also
Whereas
love
this is a very
Daniel's,
choppy, you know.
Talking about Daniel again, I love his little leading to the first chorus.
Oh, yeah.
The Pinball
Yes.
Map. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that
got
part.
it.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a. I gotta go
Dude.
Pinball Map, guys. I gotta go Pinball. I love both these songs.
have to also.
but I'm gonna go Pinball Map.
I'm going with Ordinary Story.
Really?
I
I'll go
would have
for-
picked Ordinary Story
Okay, why
like
is
10
that?
years ago.
Why would you pick it over Pinball Map?
You know, all five members working really well together during the chorus. I love the 147 mark where Anders is like singing, and then there's like the vocals and the piano start to flirt.
By the way, as a super fan, because I know you brought up the part in Embody the Invisible when the dude's playing kind of like the organ. Who's playing the keys on these albums? Is it Bjorn? Or is it they bring in someone else?
I think they brought somebody else.
Okay. Because the key parts are good on both albums, to be honest.
I guess I'm not.
But Ordinary
I'm-
Story has that more driven one. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't want to call myself I don't want to call myself an emo or anyway, but Ordinary Story definitely just has this.
melancholic.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It has that feeling.
Yeah,
I'm an
Yeah.
emotional person, so that one gives me more. Well,
I can see
Pinball
that.
Map is
But
a little
Pinball
more.
Map,
That's
yeah.
just
Just a straight up rock
Pinball
banger.
Map is one where you just go in a circle pit.
I can
Yes,
see that. I
exactly.
can see that. That's true.
It's
Yeah,
extremely
little,
Ordinary
memorable.
Story does have a little bit
Little
more.
comment
on
before we
it.
move to the next tracks. When I saw In Flames headline at the White Rider in 2009, they started off with Pinball Map. I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah, that would
And-
fucking be
and-
crazy.
And,
yeah,
that
the
shithole
start,
of
yeah.
all places, like, dang.
Yeah,
I
that
wanted
would
to get
open
in the
that shit
pit,
up.
but no, I would have probably suffocated in that pit.
Was it backed out? I bet for In Flames.
Dude, In Flames at the White
White
Rabbit.
Rabbit?
I
Yeah,
still
that's
can't.
crazy.
It's like I can't.
For
believe
everyone out there who doesn't know what the White Rabbit is, it's a local venue here that's what 250 cap,
Yeah, it's very small.
maybe
yes.
300, maybe.
It's
Exactly.
a glorified shithole.
Damn. Glorified. All right.
Oh yeah.
Home's going up. Home's going up. Let's go to
All
track
right.
number 3, my boys. Only for the Weak versus
Also
Scorn.
This-
different.
this
is
Stylistically
such a different-
different.
This is a
yes.
blowout for. I mean, yeah. This is
Oh,
my. This is my only
blowout?
blowout.
No way,
Oh,
man.
let's hear Carlos out.
Let's see
Why is
what
it a
you
blowout?
think,
Why is
yeah.
it a blowout? On which side?
So, can I please just say it?
Say it.
So, Only for the Weak is arguably my favorite In Flames song.
Okay.
It's an
I
amazing
I
thought
know,
you
I
were
know,
about to
I
go
know,
the
it's
other
a,
way,
I
and
know,
was
it's
gonna
a, I
lose
know
my
it's a
mind.
single, but this tune is a magnum opus.
I think
Perfect
so too.
solo, perfect
do
melodies.
think so.
I
That
agree.
damn chorus is so catchy. Not 1 second is wasted. It's perfect for a festival setting.
Yep.
Exactly.
Singing this chorus at Vakken was an orgasm for me. This was a song
I
that
can
you.
see that.
This is a
It
song that you
works.
jump to rather than mosh.
Yeah.
The solo at the 3-minute mark is absolutely flawless, beautiful, and meaningful. The track ending with the chorus that never gets repetitious is that perfect slice of cheesecake. You could hum that damn chorus. That song is an 11 out of 10 for me. So
I agree.
Damn, I thought you were about to go the other way, and I was like, dude, no way. No, I think this is one of the clearest decisions. And don't get me wrong, Scorn is a good Melodeath song.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
exactly.
very
I
solid song.
Just to
dude.
give it some love, let's put
Yeah, because
204.
I feel like probably everyone's heard Only for the Weak. Scorn is a solid.
I know
solid
it's
song.
a single. I know it's.
dude, it comes out guns blazing.
It's-
It's
you wanna-
204. 204. Dude, I think that breakdown's just nasty, man. Dude, it's good.
Oh, that's right.
I actually
Come
put this in my
on, man.
notes too.
That's a banger in there.
Come on, man.
Oh,
Dude, that's right. Get up.
that's right.
Possible not to bop your head.
Oh, my
yeah.
goodness. It's so good.
Yeah.
But yes, only for a week, man. You can do everything to that song. Sing along, jump
Yeah.
up and down, move in the pit. You
Now,
everything
Carlos,
you want.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Scorn the one on Used and Abused where at that part they play Slayer, they do Rain and Blood?
No, that's the Tokyo Showdown.
But is it on Scorn or is it on a different song?
I can't recall. If
I
it's
can't
on-
recall, but I know
it's
they-
definitely a Colony song.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I just-
I thought it was that because it kind of sounds like the dun dun dun.
Yeah,
You know?
but I do remember when I heard it's like.
So
they
they transition to that?
Oh no, it's
They just do like a little tease of it.
Yeah.
And then they keep go back in, you're like, oh,
That's
that's
cool.
so dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
wish more
fun.
bands would do that.
Yes.
I feel like back in those days, especially like that, until we got to everyone on a click and being perfect, they would be more experimental and throw a little shit in just to fuck with you. I love that kind of stuff. Like,
Yes.
true musicianship and showing who your idols are. I miss that kind of stuff. But anyway.
So I had to. I hope y'all don't antagonize me, but yeah, Only for the Week.
No,
is just,
no.
It's a
Dude,
colossal.
no,
I
have
love
to
both.
agree.
I've heard Only for the Week a million times.
I don't get.
But it's still so fucking
Yeah, it doesn't
good,
get old for
dude.
me. That song doesn't
It's
get
their
old.
master
Dude.
puppets. It's their territory.
It's their Rainbow in the
uh,
Dark. For me, it
yeah.
sounds like Rainbow in the Dark with the organs.
Oh,
Dude, I love that organ. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
always gets you every time.
I never get sick of this song. It's
Damn,
like it's
damn.
like territory. We've heard like we said in the last
Yeah.
episode. Heard a million times. Never get sick of it.
No, of course
Absolutely
not. It's
not.
the offbeat that catches
Yes.
you. Dun, 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 dun.
Those beats just subconsciously just they get to you, and it becomes an addiction.
Yeah. What about you, Jay? You going Only for the Week?
Yeah. I do like Scorn though. I thought it was
I
closer
don't
than
know.
you guys think, but that's just my opinion. I like
no,
Scorn
no,
a lot.
I like Scorn a lot, but I don't think it's close.
I'd probably-
I just
really
think Scorn
Only
is
for the Week
underrated. Like I would love to see that live.
I'd
That'd
probably-
be fucking
but
sick.
not anywhere near Only for the Week.
I'd probably
Only
put
for the
Scorn
Week.
like right in the middle. Not a bad. I mean, there really ain't any bad songs here, but
Yeah.
Can you check the scoreboard? Is it 3-0? Did I put 3?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
Ooh, it was a little
All right,
scary.
let's go to track number 4, dude. Dude, this one really I had to do a couple times.
Yeah.
As the Future repeats today versus
yeah,
Colony.
this is a tough one.
Oh,
Dude, okay, speaking of the organ, I love the way Colony comes in.
Oh, yeah,
You're like, what are we, 80s fucking
yeah.
Boston?
It
I
feels
thought
super retro.
It feels like
Yeah.
Boston or
Yes,
something with
dude.
that organ that comes in.
Yeah,
But then the drum pattern is really awesome, too.
But
Whatever
at
he
least
does,
the catchy
yeah.
riff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that riff.
It's a slower tempo. It's moody.
Yeah.
But there's grooves in there.
But
and
yeah,
wow.
that riff and the way it involves that, because a lot of people have used the second part of the one you were just humming with the dana dicka dana dicka dana. Like, a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of people do it, but the way they get to it is separates in flames. I feel like, but that one gets me. And then when they slow it down with the whoa,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
oh, it's so good. But at the same time, as the Future repeats today,
just comes in
it's
strong.
Riff City,
Yes,
dude.
dude.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got the
Fun
synthesizer.
song.
Oh
It's
my
such a fun
gosh.
song.
It
If
is.
they busted that one out of nowhere, either of these, to be honest, but as the
Oh,
Future
here's
repeats
a little
today, it's
comment
great.
on the solo at the 226 mark on the. It's very similar to the one on Ordinary Story, but it's better. Like
I
they
put
did-
it on too. Let's
Oh.
play it because I
Wait, wait, wait.
I literally put the same thing, dude.
On which one? On which one?
226 as
Yeah,
feature repeats.
226.
Yeah.
It's very similar to
Yeah,
the
it
one.
is, dude. I put
But
the same
I
shit.
feel
Yeah.
like they added more sprinkling.
It's the background.
Yeah.
That's what's adding
Hold
more
on,
to it.
you got
Yeah,
one at a
that
time.
one.
Repeat what you're talking about. You're saying it's the same as
The same solo.
Yeah.
as what?
As
Ordinary
We
Story.
just talked about.
Oh,
Yeah, ordinary
okay,
story.
okay,
yeah.
okay, got you. And did you said 226?
Yes. It's very catchy.
Oh, I love this solo.
Oh yeah.
God, it is amazing. This A side is wild, dude.
That's great. Oh, love that, dude. Dude, those are both great songs, man.
I don't know, man.
Fuck, that one's
This
really
stuff.
tough. I like them both, but I'm gonna go Colony on this one.
No.
Here's,
also
and here's
going with
why.
Colony.
I'm going
'Cause
Future.
Colony-
It's a grower.
And we're gonna talk, or we talked about this on our previous episode, but Colony, I think, is a very unique song in In Flames' catalog. They
Yeah.
don't have a lot of organ-driven stuff that sounds like that.
No, they
and I think it
don't.
just does more for the song. You kind of build, it tells a story. I'm gonna go with Colony on this.
I'm gonna compare this song similar to like when we talked about the songs that are of slower tempo. I'm gonna compare it to like Sepultura's Amen and Morbid Angel's Sworn to the Black.
Oh.
This is a slow song.
Yeah.
And sometimes the slow songs, man, wow.
They
Just-
get you on Colony. You're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. Colony's a
I
slow
agree,
one,
yeah.
but it's like
Yes.
it always does. Also, the one thing about basically all the soloing, all the solos on In Flame solos in general. So Jesper and
kick
Bjorn,
ass.
They do.
even though
I
they're
do love-
super
always
shredders,
melodic.
I don't consider them. They're not wanking the guitar like Yngwie Malmsteen or
Yes.
all those,
Yeah.
or
They
all
play-
those, all those Necrophagus core bands. It's like, oh gosh.
They play very melodic solos
Yes.
that fit the music. They're going for musicality over technicality, and that I can respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I can go either way. I think the best is obviously the mix of both. Like you're pushing it, but I think if you're trying to write a perfect song, your best idea is to do a melodic solo that complements the music, not like wankery.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now Bjorn mentioned
For
recently.
me personally,
No, I
everyone's
agree with you
different.
there.
Bjorn mentioned recently that he has like a cheat. I don't know what he meant by that, but he has a cheat in which how he does his solos. I don't.
I mean, there's a formula. Like you
Yeah,
can
he has a
smell it.
formula that
You can
he
smell it.
does.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna argue. Hey, Bjorn.
So which one are you going with? What are you always going with?
I'm going Future. I like Future a lot.
Future. That's
I really
a big
do.
hit, really.
It's a big grower for me.
Yeah.
There's some songs that you just have that feeling, oh, that feels good, like to
Yeah.
listen to. It's one of those for me.
Yeah, Colony.
Yeah.
You're going
You're
Colony?
going Colony? Nice.
There we go. Colony gets on the board. My boys, I have never done this on an episode. I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Right.
Back. Sorry about that. Okay, so Colony got the. Did I put it on the scoreboard? We 3-1. Yeah. Okay, my boys, we're on track number 5. Square Nothing versus Zombie Inc.
Ah, this was hard for me.
Yeah,
This was tough.
hard.
This was definitely tough. Now, Square Nothing. Let's start with that one. I think this is like this one, and there's one more on the album. Is where that vocal stuff that I was saying, like it's getting not my favorite in particular, but the instruments themselves,
Yes.
I love, dude.
I love the contrast of the music.
That's
and then
true.
it transitions
The
to
contrast
that
is
heavy
amazing.
fucking part.
Yeah.
I want to play my riff in a little bit, but god damn it, dude.
You
It's
tease
amazing.
me like that?
Dude.
Come on.
Oh,
We're
we
talking
play
about-
now.
just
You
play
want to
it,
play
dude.
now?
Wait, are we
138?
talking about Zombie or Square?
Square.
Oh,
Square.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which one? Give me the
Yeah,
one off
hey,
Square.
it's funny they bring it up.
138.
It kind of has it starts almost like with a. It sounds like a ballad.
Yeah, that's what
it
I'm
really
saying.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a huge contrast,
Very
and then it
beautiful.
transitions to that heavy shit
Yeah.
that goes on. It's 138.
138. All right.
And then the solo, of course, is just
Oh,
dope,
oh,
man.
oh, yeah.
God damn it. I say that on like all the. You're right. It's just the melodic part I love. Very simple stuff, but like when it gets to the slow to the heavy part, god damn, dude.
Ugh, love this.
The bell in the back too. Boing.
Oh yeah.
It just keeps going, yeah.
I do
Don't
love
you
it.
feel empowered, man?
Yeah,
I do.
So the clean melody starting at the 213 mark is incredible. I will refer to the solo in the song as lagom, which is Swedish for just the right amount or not too much.
Hey.
There you go.
Most of the solos on this album, also on Colony, have that vibe.
Yeah, it slows down again. Like you feel that beautiful guitar coming in.
It's also
yeah.
one of the longer songs on the record, but doesn't really feel it.
Yeah, I agree with that. But just switching up to Zombie Inc. Dude, that melodic breakdown on that
Yes,
song is
yes,
so
dude.
good. Now, the way they balance that, I think, works extremely well. I think it's just the other parts of Zombie Inc. that, like, once again, I've heard that song so many because that used to be almost one of my favorite songs off of
Sorry,
Colony.
guys, I'm sorry. I had to.
No,
Everything
tell
that I just said right now was about Zombie Inc.
Oh,
I
that's
feel so
funny.
stupid. Oh my gosh. I'm
To
just
be
me. You hate
honest-
to see it. You hate to know
No,
it, so
well,
you're good,
you
dude.
can say the same
No,
thing about Score Nothing. I'm telling you, at the end, it goes back to that beautiful guitar part.
But now
Oh
I
my
know what
gosh.
you're talking about because that less is more. When they get to that melodic break of Zombie Inc.,
Mm-hmm.
that was I remember hearing Colony for the first time, and I think that song really caught my ear because when they go into that part, you're like, wait, what? Like, and the way it picks up, it's like that's the perfect breakdown. That part
Yes.
I still think is immaculate. The parts before I still love, but not as much as I used to. I think it's just maybe I've heard that genre too much, right?
think so.
But I think that part really separates Zombie Inc. as a song. That breakdown, little melodic thing.
But
you know.
then like, I agree with you. That's why it feels a little cookie cutter, just a tiny bit.
A lot of it
Yeah.
feels cookie cutter. dude.
For
You
you?
could argue it on both. Yeah. Well, I think more so on Colony, but it doesn't matter. If we're going to go song for song, I'm not thinking about
Yeah,
it, right? I'm just
yeah.
like, all right, let me
Gotcha.
listen to the song individually and see where I'm at with it. I love both, though. But
Yeah,
I do like both. I do.
I
His
think I'm going to
growl
go with
is fucking
Zombie
bad.
on this one.
You're going Zombie.
It used to be a top song for me on Colony. I don't know where I'd put it now. It's definitely not middle. Like, it's a good song.
I'm going with Score Nothing.
I'm going Score
Square
Nothing
Now-
also.
Wow,
yeah,
really?
dude.
Fuck, dude. That's a big hit.
Yeah. To
Okay.
be honest, I used to
Wow.
love Colony. You know, when he first got into In Flames, he showed me Just a Race.
Yeah.
And then he showed me Clayman, and he showed me Colony. And I was in fucking love with Colony.
Colony,
But
yeah.
over the years, as our music has grown, I've transitioned. Like,
Really?
Yes, dude.
Interesting.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
Score Nothing.
Square Nothing, dude.
Yeah,
I
Daniel's
was not so
performance on
bad.
this song never gets overdone. He was In Flames' drummer. We're talking about how I never felt that Jay Weinberg was Slipknot's drummer.
Yeah.
Even though In Flames have gotten a few other drummers since, and they've all been exceptional. I feel like Daniel was In Flames' like proper guy, but
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. I mean, could be right. Could be true.
He's missed amongst us diehard Jester heads.
I got you.
But it's nice to see him back with the Halo effect.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
is. All right, let's go on to track number 5 because this is a blowout.
Yeah, it is.
Clayman versus Pallar,
No, number
Anders
6.
Visa.
We're on 6.
Oh, sorry. Track number 6. Clayman versus Pallar.
This is a free
Anders
bingo
Visa's-
stamp for Clayman. dude.
Yeah.
So Pallar Anders Visa, it's a
good
beautiful,
instrumental.
it's
It
a
is,
beautiful
it is.
acoustic piece that I found out recently is a cover.
Really?
It's the only blowout in this debate. So these are some notes. Bjorn talked about it in an interview. He said it's an old Swedish traditional song, really old. Pallar Anders is a name, but it means Anders, the guy who steals apples, and it's his song. I don't know how to translate it. That's what I. That's
What the fuck?
Really?
I didn't know that. That's cool.
And
That is cool.
actually,
I really like it.
YouTube, I actually just thought of it's like, all right, let's hear the original. Oh wow, it really is a cover.
Yeah, interesting. I want to look that up. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I mean, it's a beautiful little piece.
So
but,
unfortunately, this very beautiful acoustic piece does not compete against.
No.
oh,
Clayman is excellent.
now
It's
the
an
real
excellent song.
question for both of you is Clayman. Where is it on the album? Is it a top song, top 3, best on the album?
Top
Where would
3.
y'all- Top 3, best? Would you either
Top
of you-
4, if I had to. Yeah.
Wow,
It's up
interesting.
there.
So Clayman,
It's pretty
phenomenal
incredible,
instrumentation by all 4 members to start off the song. Under starts out barking furiously
Yeah.
when he says, "To your self-control makes me feel alone. I've tried confidence, had it for breakfast today."
I've always been up back and forth with that line
it's like-
specifically, but
Yeah.
I do like
That might be my
I like the
favorite
rhythm.
lyric on the record. I'm like, God.
What really?
Whoa.
Oh shit!
I don't know. I know it's
Yeah.
not like something
It
that.
sounds similar to Pinball Map, to be honest. It sounds like a little similar.
What do you mean? The lyrics or the song?
No, the song itself, the structure.
No, I don't know about that. What are you
structure,
talking about? No,
Yes,
dude.
dude.
No.
You don't think so?
No,
I think
don't
it sounds
think
a little
so.
similar to it.
Come
Yeah.
on. I don't believe that.
You're
What are you
just-
talking about, dude?
What are you doing here?
Hey!
Where's my
Also,
pizza? Where's my pizza?
I don't know what, but I remember it was 2005. I remember listening to Clayman, but I specifically remember listening to this song, the title track, and I was in a fit of rage, and I was mad about something. I'll talk about it afterwards. But I remember listening to this song in particular, and it was almost like a medicine for my soul. So
Oh, I
that's
love
why
That was good.
That's why I have this one on the top. I
would also put it in
I
the top.
vividly remember it was July 4th, 2005. But I'll tell you the story.
Is it better? Would you guys take it over Colony, the title track?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would
My
too.
opinion, yeah.
Here's the dude. First of all, Clayman, I love the lyrics. I love the chorus. But I think more than anything is the riff after "I'm the sculpture made of clay." That riff afterwards is
It's
just
crispy.
a
It's a
chef's
crispy
kiss,
boy.
dude. It's a beautiful riff. But
Yes.
I love Clayman a lot. I mean, it's a fantastic song.
I agree.
Dang, so we're all going Clayman?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, we knew it. We knew it on that one. All right, we're halftime.
So blow
We're
out.
halftime. Let's get to the album covers. Which one y'all going with, Colony or Clayman?
God damn, going Clayman.
No
again.
marrying on the debate. No marrying on the debate.
I love both, but I'm gonna go with Clayman because
I'm gonna go with Clayman.
let
too.
me.
You can't get the Vitruvian Man wrong.
No,
I mean,
you
that's
can't.
a classic piece of art.
Well, let me actually tell you the moment it became why it became one of my favorites. Because I follow this page on the internet, like a Simpsons meme posting page. So there's actually a picture of Mr. Da Vinci here.
I think
Yeah.
I've seen that.
He's pounding Homer. So I sent.
Oh, yeah.
So I sent that to my niece, and so I got her into the Simpsons, and yeah, she immediately started laughing. That's like so. Yeah, so that holds more of an emotional.
I got you.
But
I got you.
But the colony's cool though. It looks like some.
I do like
weird-
it. To me, it's just like it's not as unique. I don't know. It's not my favorite thing in the world. Like I like Colonies, but Clayman's I think is very different. Like it just strikes me. There's something about Jester Ace. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not misspeaking. But Jester Ace, Coracle, and Colony, like that focal point in the middle with like other stuff going on in the background feels like the theme. Does that make sense? Or am
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just talking on my ass? I could be. Hold on, let me look at the.
No,
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah.
you got the palace with Jester Race.
Yes,
Then you
yes.
have the girl with like the stuff in the background with Horacle, and then this one, the guy standing there with all the stuff in the background. Well, I guess you could kind of say the same with Clayman. Fuck, but I don't know. I like the mixing the Vitruvian Man with their logo. I think that's
Yeah,
like
me
a
too.
cool little thing to do.
It
but
is.
yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I was gonna ask y'all another question. I can't fucking remember what it was. Something about these albums. Now we gotta pan through halftime, dude. We spent too much time talking
Well,
already.
if for some reason you remember, just feel free to.
I will. Okay, let's go on to. Was it track number 7? JJ, keep me honest.
Yes.
Okay,
it is.
Satellites and Astronauts versus Coerced Coexistence. This is the blowout for me, guys.
I think so,
This
too.
is a blowout.
Wait a minute. What are you gonna pick?
Coerced
Okay,
Coexistence
cool, yeah,
is
it is.
significantly
Yes.
like 2 worlds apart, my man.
It is.
Man, I think we're in the opposite.
Really? What? No, dude.
Coerced is one of my least favorites.
What? I love the song.
Carlos, how, dude? What?
There's something about the intro that does nothing
No,
for me. I'm like,
It's hard from the start. Wow.
But Daniel
take you on a
but
ride.
Daniel does save it with his drumming leading afterwards.
I don't think Satellites
Does
does
it need
anything
a
for me,
same
man.
dude? Satellites because of the
But the solo at the 226 mark is one of the better solos on the record,
Coerced
and it's
Coexistence.
lengthy.
It's Coerced Coexistence has the best chorus on Colony.
Nah.
I will die for that.
So my last comments before y'all slaughter me, I have an odd relationship with this song.
With Coerced or
Yeah,
okay.
Coerced. Epic solo, banging drums, average chorus, and boring intro.
Wow.
Why is
no, I
that?
don't think. No.
Average what is the better chorus on Colony than Coerced Coexistence, dude? I love that
Dude, the
chorus.
chorus
My
is
favorite-
like the best of both
my-
worlds. You get new and old In Flames. That's when
I think
Anders
so,
is like
too.
singing.
My favorite chorus on Colony is the one, the Insipid 2000, but we'll get to that song later.
That's a good one. But yeah, I sold my soul today, dude.
Dude, put it on the chorus. Just
Yeah.
put 320.
320. Let's
Yeah.
go on.
Maybe
It's so catchy. It's
Dude,
so
when I
catchy.
saw it and they did you see them at Emos recently? They came with.
Oh, they played it?
No, because
I
they.
started crying in the middle of the fence.
That's so sick.
What, dude?
That is so sick.
was
Oh, well,
so
well,
sick, dude.
Veenmos is not the big. I would have probably run into you. We won it. We were talking, but thing is, I was in Milwaukee the prior week.
That's right.
So it's
That's
like,
right. But they played it. I think there was the same set list.
yeah,
Probably.
está
Wow.
muy gastado. No, it's like, yeah.
What was the timestamp? JJ?
320.
Carlos, you're breaking my heart.
sorry,
you're breaking my
I actually
heart.
didn't realize it was gonna. Well, yeah.
Go ahead and cry. God damn, dude.
I mean, it is good, but
I'm
he's
telling
done
you.
better.
It's a great mix of old and new.
I will say Peter's bass here is hot.
This is the first time he sings in the first 4 albums.
I don't know. I think there was
this
another
is
example
it.
on there, but it's definitely more of a melodic, like singing type thing. Here's the thing: is I take it in an emotional way. I have it like, we all have to work, and that's our sacrifice to our life to make it going.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need, like, you got to do it. It's your duty. But like having. It's just a pain in the ass. All of us have our jobs that we're like, we don't love them, but we have to fucking do them.
Yeah.
And for me, that's just like, it gets me. It's just like, look, dude, I'm out here busting my ass. Can I just get some fucking like, just a fucking, maybe it's self-aggrandizing. I don't know. But it's just like, I just feel it, dude. I sold my soul today and I need some fucking sympathy, dude.
Yes.
I fucking hate this shit. I just want to be listening to metal, man.
That's all I want to do.
I think that it hits me more emotionally than any other song. So.
I feel you,
But I
I
do
feel
love the lyrics and I like the music. But okay, let's talk about Satellites and Astronauts.
So, nice somber melodic intro to start off the song, catchy riffs and melodies leading up to the singing. Anders delivers a solid performance, and the chorus is one of the catchier ones on the record, in my opinion. The melody,
I do love the solo.
The
I agree with
melody
that.
at 202 is so trippy that I can't do it. The noise.
You want to put it on?
202.
202? Oh, let's do it, dude.
All right,
let's do it.
let's
Let's
do
go
it.
back to back.
It's like, were they smoking weed? I have no idea.
Oh, they're doing something over there. Who knows?
They're doing something.
Oh, 202.
Make me feel like a man.
Dude, okay.
It's like, what is going on here?
I love this part coming up right here.
I don't know why. This just always does it for me. It almost puts me like on a trance.
Yeah. Okay. I love the instruments here and the little production and stuff. Here's my problem. I don't like Anders' vocals on this song. That maybe it's not the vocals, maybe it's the lyrics, but that line that make me feel like a man, that might be my my least favorite line on both albums, dude. I don't love it. I don't love it.
There might, Mark from Chimera one time even mentioned, he looks back at some of his lyrics, it's like, what the hell was I thinking? Maybe
Yeah.
Anders, he probably looks like, maybe that wasn't my best
That's
moment.
right. But besides that, not my favorite vocal performance, but I do love the instruments. Like all that kind of stuff,
yes.
I love it. But no, man, Coerced for me is just on a different level.
me too.
Like I love
I
Coerced
agree.
Coexistence. So you wouldn't put it, not even in your top 3 songs on Colony?
No.
I
Wow,
would.
dude,
I
I'm
would.
shocked.
I don't know why. It just,
That's not your song.
it ain't.
Wow.
I don't know why. But I do
Yeah.
like it though. But
Yeah,
the
just
thing
not-
is, the whole record is good, but
Yeah.
that's just
I
the
think
one.
that one, Ordinary Story, and then one coming up. There's got to be top 3.
Big hit. But you went with.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Okay. All right. We gotta go. We gotta keep going. Let's go to track number 8.
Yes.
Brush the Dust Away versus Resin. This one's pretty tough.
They're both kind of mid-tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these two are the ones that I'm like, they're okay.
They're falling off a little
Let's
bit
start
on the
both.
albums.
I
Yeah.
like both of them, but we're so far into like I would say not like the formula, but you've heard so much similarities with others that
Yes.
it's like, do they stand out so much? No, but are they bad? Absolutely not. They're
No,
both
no.
Still really solid songs. Carlos, do you have a preference? I know you're the In Flames guy.
I'm gonna go with Brush.
Really? Okay. All
So
right.
let me go with Resin first. Another nice mellow intro. Solid riffing with Anders starting his barking. The main melody is a lot more catchy than I remember it being. The main chorus with the instrumentation is on point. Lots of ear candy on this tune. I consider it a
Yeah.
very underrated track. Sometimes I forget it exists. I don't know why.
On Resin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the solo at 226. As I Lay Dying stole that shit. They owe In Flames a sandwich.
As Jamie Josta would say, they owe him a
Yeah.
sandwich.
I don't know if
That's
I want
right.
to put that. I was like, As I Lay Dying stole that shit.
What is it, the
226.
rip?
But at
The
the same
Rip
time,
Police?
a lot of people took from In Flames.
Well, that
Like, it-
that,
Yeah.
that part, I don't know if y'all want to put it 226. That y'all, what are y'all doing? Oh, well, then again, yeah. a lot of
Unless you
bands-
can give me the As I Lay Dying song, I won't put it on.
I can't think of the song, but
No, I'm not gonna put it on. I'm not gonna put it on. Unless we can do them back to back.
Oop.
We'll have to do those for a later episode if you ever have those again.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll tell you.
so.
But okay, but Brush the Dust Away. Yeah,
Daniel starts off with a very clean drum part. More catchy singing by Anders. Daniel's cymbals also a nice little surprise. The chorus is great. The instrumentation from 137 to 235, that for me wins it right there. Pure magic. I mean, I'm not the best musician in the world, but I wish I would have wrote that minute of music.
That's the good part.
The
What do you
Yeah,
feel
I
like-
like the transitions in Brush.
What are you?
yeah.
What are you about? He's Brush the Dust Away. You feel the same
I
thing?
would take Brush also, man.
I think I would too, to be
Resin,
honest.
I don't know. It feels like it's something off like Lunar Strain or something, like something old
Whoa,
school.
I
Yeah.
don't know. That's a big hit.
It just feels like old In Flames. Like it's just nothing.
Yeah, I think
that
Brush
hits.
the Dust
yeah.
Away has more to offer. I can
I
agree
think
with
so,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Dang,
Yeah.
we're all in agreement.
I
All
know,
right.
dude,
Hey,
God,
is
damn,
that the
that's
first
fast,
one?
dude.
Jeez, dude. Oh, this one is so tough.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
I
a
don't
t-
think
Okay,
so.
This is a tough
Swim versus Behind Space 99. Now, okay, Carlos will respect this because he's an In Flames fanboy.
Yeah.
Behind Space, this is the re-recording, okay?
Yes,
it is.
yes.
Now, Behind Space is originally on Lunar Strain.
Yes.
There's many versions of this song, and they're all different, okay? Because there's live versions. I was telling Carlos about this. There's this version, and then there's the original. I love Behind Space. Absolutely love it.
Me
I love it
too.
But I will say my favorite version of that song is the used and abused version for 3 reasons.
Why?
I'm gonna bring it up right now. Thanks for asking. The breakdown, they actually throw triplets in the back, and it's fucking heavy. The do-na, 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 do-na. They do
Oh.
the digga-dun, digga-dun. So heavy. Then the next part on the live version, Peter on bass does the coolest bass line ever, and it's on none of the recorded versions. That's part 2. Number 3. On the live version, they end this instead of having a second solo, they end with like a joint melody thing.
Oh, that's cool.
way better than
Yeah.
the second solo on this part. But that all being said, I still love it. But the best version is on Used and Abused. I'm gonna put that out
Okay,
there.
record it. Which one did you pick?
Recorded.
I like this one better.
What do you mean recorded?
From Lunar Strain or this one? This
Oh,
99.
this
yeah.
is better than the Lunar Strain version.
Yeah.
For sure. I like the Lunar Strain version, but there's one part. Okay, now everyone go back. It's the part with the do-na-na-na-na, right?
Uh-huh.
And they have the little keys, and then they go into that riff, and there's a voice in the background that sounds like the weird.
Yeah, that's
that
pretty
always
odd,
kills
yeah.
the song. You're like, what the fuck is
Doesn't
that?
kill it, but yeah,
However,
it's odd, yes.
that version does have that really cool melodic outro,
Yes, it
which is
does.
super dope. So it's hard to say, but I would take the 99 version over it. That was a long whole spiel about that song. But behind, you
Well,
know,
there's a lot of
remember-
history to it,
Remember,
yeah.
I was the Punisher at that Hate Breed show we brought up with Lamb of God, and I was the behind space.
Oh, that's right.
Behind
Yes.
space.
Oh my lord.
I was that guy.
I couldn't.
Yes, you
Carlos already
I'm
hates
too-
me, dude.
Oh jeez. Oh,
Carlos,
wow.
tell me what you feel about the, or at least behind space.
So the remake of the opening track on Lunar Strain, not as brutal as the original, but definitely
No.
more catchy.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to think that Michael from Dark Tranquility originally sang on this song.
Yeah.
Really catchy song. Perfect mix of beauty and brutality. It's over at the 225 mark. Afterwards, it's all epic. There's even some symphonic flirtations. The solo at 305 is so amazing. My only gripe is that I wish the folky sounding parts on the original would have been recorded for this one.
I agree. The folky parts are really, really.
But I am
neat.
picking Behind Space over Swim.
Wow! Wait a second. No love for Swim?
No,
Oh,
Swim
no,
is
I do.
good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was about to say, Swim's an amazing
Oh,
song.
no, it is amazing. But if
Okay.
I'm picking between the two, I'm
Between the
picking.
two. Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Now, Swim, another extremely catchy melodic intro. The melodic part in the 13-second mark is very... Exceptional riffing. You could hum these songs.
Yeah.
This one in particular.
The drumming's killer. The drumming's, yeah, dude.
That's
It's a dancing
love
song.
that.
Put your
It's
dancing
so
shoes,
catchy.
dude.
It is really
Put
catchy.
those New Balances and get in the pit.
catchy-
Behind Space is so weird, dude. Like I love, not
It's
not
all
in a good
over
way.
the-
In a
yeah,
good way.
it's all over
like,
the
I
place.
love that.
Yes.
So, like I said, I was a Punisher for that song for a reason. I love Behind Space. I'm also going Behind Space, but I think Swim could be a top 5 on Clayman. Like
It's up
Swim
there.
is a very good song.
It's-
For me, Swim is the best of the B-sides.
Ooh.
It's better than Brush the Dust Away for me. Satellites,
Yeah.
Suburban, and Another Day in Quicksand.
Brush is so good, though. I kind of like Brush.
I
better.
go Swim personally.
Yeah, Swim is good,
I
though.
really
Yeah.
fucking like Swim, but nah, dude, Behind Space is something else. Like
Yes,
that's
it
a
is.
fucking crazy song. Call me by my astral name, dude.
Where would you rank it in the catalog? Top 10 In Flame songs?
Oh,
That's
could be.
so hard.
It could be. That one live version
love
is
it.
so good, and I,
I
love
love
the
it so
stops.
much.
It's a top 10. Yeah.
yeah.
The stops are great. Plus, they have that weird riff that's like in 5, I think, not in 4, and you're just like, okay, that's weird, strange. So much things going on with that, but my problem with Behind Space is, like I said, the one that I listened to most of that live version. If they could fucking record that in the studio with the folk outro, you'd have a perfect song. But they don't have that.
Maybe they'll create a new version.
The only problem I have with the Behind Space 99 is that second solo. Why is that? That second solo sucks.
Yeah, it's not needed. It's not needed.
I don't want to say
yeah.
sorry. It doesn't suck, but it doesn't add anything to the song.
No, it's just filler.
And there's
At
a
that
reason
point,
they didn't play it live on the later versions, because the little melodic thing they come up with after the fact is way better. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's the whole thing. So we're all going Behind Space.
Yeah, we have to, man. It's so good.
Okay. Track. No, I don't know what track we're on. 10.
10. We're
Yeah,
on
10.
10. How do you keep losing the tracks?
I didn't put the numbers. I just have like them up against each other. Suburban Me versus featuring Christopher Amat
Oh yeah.
Oh.
versus
the
Insipid 2000. Dude, okay, this is a very good example of the difference of the era.
Yes.
You're going okay. So with Suburban Me, that's we're going a little bit more towards this. It's not mellow death. It's you got the whispers. You have just the difference between the two albums. Whereas Insped is a mellow death.
Yes.
Fucking go. Can I put the intro of Insped?
Yeah.
How do you even say the word? I can't even fucking say it.
Inspid 2000.
Insipid, I don't know.
Insipid 2000. Dude, this shit is fucking hard as fuck. It's perfect.
Is that not Trivium, though? That is Trivium
But
to
it's
the
in
fucking
flames,
max,
dude.
That's like Congregation of the Damned, whatever the fuck it's called.
No, it's
God damn, Trivium took some notes.
they took notes. Oh,
But it gets really weird. It's like industrial, like in the middle. Like it's Nine
it
Inch
does,
Nails
but
type.
I kind of enjoy
Yeah.
it. I enjoy that part.
I guess it's a little weird for me, but it's not that bad.
So when
it's experimental for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when Anders sings the helpless excuse of fallen reality, I don't know why. I love that so much.
Me too. Another good chorus, and it's
Yeah.
melodic, like you were saying with
Yes.
Coerced Coexistence. Fallen reality. That shit's hard, dude. I
I
love
also
it.
love during the chorus, Peter's beat. It's like
That's right.
It's really good in the mix.
And dude, I like the direction he was going with the melodic vocals there. Maybe over Clayman's melodic vocals at this point.
Yeah.
I really do
would.
kind of like that. Why did he just drop that? He doesn't really keep it going.
No, he doesn't.
I
No,
could have seen
don't
it
know why he
happening
didn't do
for him.
that.
Colony's the only record they do that shit.
I guess so, right? I
Where
didn't
there's
even
no
think about it,
it's
yeah.
like a melodic yell. It's not a scream. It's not a whisper. It's like a yell.
So I like about Anders is very unique. His albums are
Oh,
they're different. Yeah,
dude.
it's really cool.
The one thing too, I would say, even if the elitist would argue against where his voice went, there is no doubt as a lyricist he only got better.
Yeah.
Like I would argue that to death. Like
I
his
think he's an
lyrics
underrated
get significantly
vocalist.
better. I think
He's
personally.
truly an underrated vocalist.
and that might be
dude.
just because of his English. Because I know originally he wasn't like I don't think English was like his. Obviously, it wasn't his
yeah.
first
Yeah, yeah,
language,
of course.
but he got significantly better at writing lyrics in English. And it's like you read them and you're like, dude, that's good.
I know we're going off topic, dude, but one time Randy Bly was out for Lamb of God and he played Resurrection Man. Holy fuck,
Carlos,
dude.
have you ever seen that video?
Dude, he sounds incredible.
I gotta send you that.
Yeah,
shit.
send it to him.
Anders fills in and does Resurrection Man.
It's
Oh
so
wait,
good.
that was when Randy got COVID, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Mark actually called Morton called Mark from Chimera. Hey, Randy ain't feeling good. Want to do the show? And yeah,
That's so
No
cool.
shit, dude.
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
I
I saw
know-
something about that.
yeah,
Yeah,
because Mark Hunter, he did. I think he did.
he did a couple. The guy from Fit for an Autopsy.
He
Yeah.
did most
some.
of them.
And then
Yeah.
Matt Heffy did one.
Yes, he did.
I think
What
he
did
did.
he
He
do?
did Redneck. I just can't recall what were the other ones.
Yeah, but the Resurrection
I think he
Man
did
by
later
Anders
rest.
is just like
he did later rest also.
that was a great way to just be like, oh fuck, this dude is really fucking good.
He's an amazing dude.
He's
I
a
think
really
he's
good
super
vocalist.
underrated. I really do.
I think he is really underrated as a vocalist and a lyricist.
Despite how massive In Flames is, well, at least in Europe and everywhere except for here in the States.
Yeah.
Every musician is underrated.
It's crazy.
I can agree with that. I
Hey,
can
who's
agree
the
with that.
bigger band in Europe? I know we keep going off topic, but Amon Amarth and In Flames.
Amon Amarth.
Monomarth.
Amon Amarth.
Amon
yeah.
Amarth is an arena act now. They're
That's
jet,
all.
in the words of Ric Flair, jet riding.
Oh,
Dude, have y'all seen they
No,
posted?
you're right. You're
When did a death metal band? What, you could play death metal and do arena? I mean,
Dude,
fly
that's
a jet? It's like-
incredible, bro.
Dude.
I'm like,
They're living the
I mean, hey,
dream.
I ain't complaining. It's
I'm not complaining either. I
It's
hate
good.
that people hate on that. Because
No,
I'm like,
fuck
dude,
no, dude.
we gotta have one extreme act that's that
Yeah,
big.
it's aim on
Fucking
the mark.
let it, yeah. I
I'm so happy for them.
That's
So,
amazing.
Carlos, give us your take on this one. Suburban Me and Insipid 2000. Which one? Because what are you going? I'm going Insipid.
oh
You
yeah.
said Insipid.
Yeah,
When you
it-
talk about Suburban, it feels punky. Like
Yeah,
it feels
I'm
like
going with
punk.
Insipid
Yeah,
also.
it has some punk influence, dude.
You're going
for
Insipid
sure.
also.
Now Suburban Me, once again, a great riff to start the track, leading to some great melodies. Musicians doing a great job while Anders starts singing. Very solid chorus.
gotta get batteries,
Unfortunately,
dude.
this song ain't as catchy as Insipid. That's probably why they didn't pick it.
Exactly.
Regardless,
I can see that.
there's plenty of hidden musical goodies sprinkled throughout the song, and the solo by Christopher Amat was killer. I honestly thought it was Michael, or as in Michael Amat, that did
Yes.
it at first.
By the way, you know Michael Lamont is Carcass.
Yes.
Arch enemy. Okay, this is his
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah.
And now they're
and he
both,
was an arch enemy for a while.
and now they're
Along-
both in. He came back, I think.
No, he
No,
went to
it's-
Dark Tranquility, and Jeff
No.
quit Arch Enemy, and still no,
You're right,
and
you're
still
right,
no
I'm sorry, that's
Chris.
right,
I don't
that's
know
right.
what Chris ain't doing nothing right now. I think he's probably doing Armageddon. I have no idea.
Oh, Jeff
Figure.
Loomis left Arch Enemy?
Yeah, this year.
Yes.
Oh wow, I didn't know
Yes,
that.
and now
Oh, yeah.
Amat's in there.
A little final side note before we get to the last tracks.
Wait.
The, go ahead.
I don't think that's right.
What do you mean?
Amat's in Dark Tranquility right now.
No, he's not in Dark Tranquility.
Now he's an
anymore.
arch enemy.
No,
No.
he had his main
don't know
band
who
that was
the
called
guitarist
Armageddon.
is.
No,
And-
Christopher Amat.
Yeah, he was in Arch Enemy for a while. I think he left
didn't
already
go
like
back?
twice. He never.
I don't
really
even know
came
who the
back.
new guitars
Oh.
are. No,
The
it's
guy,
someone
I don't
different.
even know
Okay.
who's the replacement of Jeff.
They
to
released
be
new
honest.
music too, by the way.
I don't know why I thought it was Chris.
Yeah.
It
He
would have
came
been
back.
nice if it was Chris.
Okay. Okay.
So before we get to the last song, Chris actually signed. Christopher Amat signed all my Arch Enemy albums when I did
That's
the
Oh,
Dark
no
Tranquility
shit,
meet and
nice.
greet. And then I met Arch Enemy 2 months later when they did the co-headliner with Trivium.
Yeah.
And Fit for an Autopsy. And Michael saw my
That was a fun show.
No, so Michael saw Chris's signatures. He was like, wait a minute. Those are Christopher's signatures.
That's pretty badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you
Awesome.
something. I got 2 questions before we move on.
Yeah.
A, what's your favorite Arch Enemy album?
I have to, from each era or just all out of all time?
All time.
It's a tie between Doomsday
Doomsday's
and Rise of the
banging,
Tyrant.
dude.
Okay. Second, Arch Enemy or Carcass?
Oh come on.
Arch Enemy, more albums that I like.
No, I'm a Carcass boy, man. I gotta go
Came to the wrong
Carcass.
show. I was like, we love Carcass, dude.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
love
I will
Carcass.
say Surgical Steel might be arguably the greatest comeback record of this millennium.
That could
Oh.
be true.
Surgical
That
Steel
could
was
be
my
true.
favorite record of 2013.
I could see that.
2013.
Yeah.
2013's got a lot of good records.
Yes.
But no, I think they do have the best comeback record. But anyway, I was just curious your thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's go.
All right.
Last track, Another Day in Quicksand versus
Another
The
Day.
New
This
World.
is kind of a blowout.
Yeah.
kind of.
Really? Which
Well,
which
wait,
one you
man.
going
I'm
with?
going with the New World.
Yeah, same here.
What?
Yeah, I don't like. It's
New
not my
World is just
favorite.
it's an
Another-
epic album closer. I don't know. It just has this
Okay.
It's
I
heavy.
like The New World. I think the one problem I have with it is the way it actually ends. Like, it's not my favorite ending on planet Earth.
Oh,
To end
I
the
guess so,
album.
yeah.
Like, as if it's a standalone song, which is how we should be judging it, perfectly fine. I just thought it could be a little bit more, like, drawn out, maybe, like, more epic. Because I think the album's pretty epic, but it really doesn't.
Yeah, it feels like
starts
they
and
could
ends
add
very,
another
like,
song.
Bah, like,
Yeah.
we're done.
Yes.
You know? Which is fine, but.
Quick to the point.
Really, I actually would take Another Day in Quicksand.
Really?
Like, I like that song a lot.
It's just not my favorite, dude. It's-
Neither of these are my favorite.
Okay, I guess
They're
you're
both
right.
good. They're not great. Like, they're both solid songs, but, like, I'm not freaking out about either of them. But personally, I would take Another
So
Day in
New World,
Quicksand.
it has this vibe. It's almost like you know the album's gonna end, and it's definitely satisfying. I'm gonna compare it to Linkin Park's "Pushing Me Away." I know it's not the same genre-wise, but "Pushing Me Away" has that feel. Like, album's over, I'm satisfied. So there's this similar.
I agree with your sentiment, but I don't get that same feeling from the
doesn't
New
feel
World.
like it ends,
But
to
with
be
like Pushing Me
honest.
Away, I
Yeah.
definitely get that feeling that you're talking about. And there's other songs on the albums like My Last Words, Megadeth,
Yes.
Peace Sells. That's a great one. Like, you feel like the album's coming to a close. This one, I don't know. I don't get that feeling. I don't.
You feel like it doesn't feel like an album closer?
No, it just feels like another
No.
song and then just kind of over. Like I don't know why. I
No.
feel more the album
What would you
closer.
close with this album? Ordinary Story would be fun.
Put the
I can see
folk outro back in behind space and close the album with that,
Oh,
dude.
that would be sick.
That would be so dirty.
No, for me, the biggest blasphemous thing that happened a few years ago that was Children of Bodom's I Worship Chaos. The song All for Nothing. That should have closed out the album.
I agree with
Because
that.
it has,
Yeah.
that's my favorite Children of Bodom song, by the way. It
Yeah.
just ends with that Alexi's very beautiful guitar part with the epic piano solos. Like, dang.
It's so funny because I just saw you at the Dark Tranquility Amorphous show. You brought that song up. I went home and I listened to it like the day after. Dude, it is a really fucking solid song.
It's
Yeah.
so amazing, dude.
Yeah.
That should have closed out the record, and it did.
I
And
agree.
and the song afterwards wasn't all that. It's like, whatever.
Dude, we could
It
have
is-
a whole discussion of like
know.
best last songs and albums.
Right?
But
It's
could-
crazy how much album structures matter.
Could Down, Bury Me in Smoke be the greatest last song ever? Dude, I
it's
love
so
that
good.
song. It's so perfect for an outro. No, there's a lot of them, but
There is.
I always put that one up there.
Wow.
Anyway, so you guys are going to the New World.
Yep.
It's a big hit.
Was it?
All right, guys. JJ, give me the score. What's
a
the score? I don't even know.
demolish, dude. It's
I'm lost.
Wow, 6-5.
Home or away?
Home.
Whoa, that was a dude. The B-sides really came
Wait,
through.
Yeah, they
who
did.
won?
Clayman.
Clayman.
Oh, wow.
I
Clayman
thought it
was
was gonna
home.
be a blowout.
Dude, it was a blowout at first. The B-sides
Wow.
really came in the clutch for Colony.
That's true, and it's
Yeah.
true. I agree with that. I think the B sides are solid.
I think
fuck, dude.
here's my thing with this, and I could see why Clayman won. I think I would still put Clayman probably as the better album as musicians. Colony, I just feel isn't talked about enough. I feel like is a very consistent album start to finish.
I
love
totally
the instrumental
agree.
break. If that instrumental break wasn't there, we'd be talking to Ty right now.
Probably, you're probably right.
You know what I mean? I don't know what could be Clayman, but at the same time, I just think out of those four albums, and maybe Carlos disagrees, I really think Colony is better than Horacle. I think
do
it's
too.
it's
It
a
is.
very
I do.
fucking good album.
Horacle's not my
But
favorite.
Horacle is
No,
the,
Horacle's good, dude. It's a
Horacle
solid
is
record.
the album for the purists. All the purists love Horacle.
Yeah. Here's my problem. You know, I love a lot of the songs that like Jotun, great song, dude. Food for the Gods,
Food for the Gods.
Gyroscope. I will say, Food for the Gods is just Slaughter of the Soul, but I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like the same fucking thing. It's a great album though. That one cover in there is very odd too. What song did they cover?
Everything's gone. Or,
Yeah.
The Depeche Mode.
Everything counts.
Everything counts.
Everything
Everything
counts.
counts.
Interesting, but it still works. Either way, I'd still take Colony over Horacle, but I do like both.
Is Just
It's not
Erase their
bad.
best album?
Yes.
I think so too.
I want to argue against it, dude.
No
but you know how
way.
much I love that
Yes.
Chester. I would, for me, and we got to do that battle. We talked
Yes,
about
we
Slaughter of
do.
the Soul versus Just Erase. I really think Moonshield is the best mellow death song. Period. Like I would fight to
It's
the
up
death
there.
for
It's
that.
incredible.
It's up
Like
there.
that's such a weird, cool little song. But anyway, that's what we're talking about
So
today.
here's my little epilogue.
Let's get the epilogue. Carlos, the epilogue.
So
The
I cannot
epilogue!
even process that In Flames has been in my life for 20 years. They became my favorite band very well into my formative years. A few years after I discovered metal music, it's been quite a journey being a Jesterhead. I met my heroes twice and wasn't disappointed. I'll say it again. In Flames is like sex. I even like the worst the band has
even
to
like
offer.
the worst.
Ain't really all that bad. It was never a rocky relationship. They did not betray me like the older fans that feel that they lost all the integrity after Clayman. In Flames did not need me, but I needed them. I will die with the Jesterhead logo engraved in my body. I will take this relationship, hopefully with my future wife, and hopefully she'll be fine with it. In Flames can do no wrong, and that is all you all need to know.
Damn.
Hell yeah,
Is that the
brother.
best outro we've ever had on a podcast?
Absolutely.
But today, Clayman's the winner. And if you think Colony's better, what's their opinion, JJ?
You're wrong.
Wrong. Carlos, my man, thank you for joining us again. We love your
Pleasure
company.
being with
We
you.
love you
Absolutely,
being
man.
a diehard dude.
God
Keep the
damn.
faith.
Yes.
This guy's a legend. You don't even
Metal
understand.
forever.
Metal forever. We'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy,
Peace out, guys.
motherfuckers. Peace out.